Versatile Mage. Chapter 447. Whose blood did she drink? South of Zuhui district, the white lights of a tall, luxurious office building shone upon the silent business district. There were many office buildings here, most around 20 floors tall. The one shining with white lights was the only building with 40 floors, more than 100 meters tall. The top floor of the building was temporarily empty, as no company had moved in yet. The whole floor only had some work tools prepared for renovation. It was late and quiet. The building was completely empty. Even the security guard was half asleep on the first floor, not noticing an eerie figure moving through the grayscale views captured by the surveillance cameras. The figure moved quickly, disappearing from one camera and appearing instantly in another. He seemed to be searching for something, like a misty gust. He went all the way to the 40th floor, the empty floor which only had an outer frame. The floor was not tall, only slightly more than 3 meters high. The place felt gloomy, as the city lights barely cast shadows across the floor. Black coat, sharp and icy face, fresh red lips. Nidong stood in front of the windows, staring at the night view of the modern yet tiny city. Normally, he would be at the North Country Club, enjoying his delicious prey, but that was no longer possible. He had been kicked out from the family and had become an abandoned vampire. The reason was simple: the Hunter Union had set their eyes on him. In other words, the family no longer cared if the Hunter Union hunted Nidong. They were weak and timid, still living with their tails between their legs even when their capabilities far surpassed humans and magicians. Nidong had enough of them and was somehow relieved to have left the family. At least no one would speak irritating rules beside his ears anymore. A strange wind blew through the empty floor, sweeping the back of Nidong's head. Nidong grinned and spoke without turning his head, "So you do have some sensibilities still. Why didn't you continue to wear your disguise in the institute? You didn't want to help me a few days ago. Why are you here now?" A woman stood behind Nidong. She had a slim figure, with disheveled yet elegant hair. The figure moved closer, taking one step at a time very lightly. "Die, asshole!" The girl let out a shrill cry. Her hands turned into white, sinister claws, grabbing at Nidong's neck like 5 daggers. The claws left a cold aftertrail in the air and deep wounds on Nidong's neck. Nidong did not expect the girl to attack him. Luckily, he instinctively dodged when he sensed the attack. Otherwise, the claws would have sliced his neck off from head to shoulder. "Are you out of your mind? Why is it you?" Nidong held his neck and hid aside. Fresh blood poured out from the gaps between his fingers. In the past, there was no blood when Nidong's heart was stabbed by a dagger, but it began to pour out after his neck was cut open. It turned out that for vampires, blood was stored in body parts above the shoulders, especially the head and neck. Nidong initially thought she was the woman from his family, but when he saw a familiar yet strange face after turning around, he was left in astonishment and slight disbelief. Lu Ru, Nidong blurted out after staring at the infuriated girl for a moment. "I'm going to kill you," repeated Lu Ru as if she had lost the ability to speak, trying to unleash all the anger in her heart. "You've turned into one of the blood tribe. Impossible. This isn't possible. Without one from the blood tribe giving you their blood, you'd only turn into a monster." Nidong protested in astonishment. Pale face, red lips, and exposed sharp fangs. Her previous delicate, adorable look had turned completely savage, pained, and furious. Her glamorous appearance was beyond recognition, her face filled with all sorts of negative emotions. It was true that Nidong had been planning to turn Lu Ru into one of the blood tribe. He had a deep-seated lust for the girl and wanted to make her one of them so she could always be his companion. However, he had not completed the blood tribe's ritual. He had murdered the policewoman to collect enough fresh blood for Lu Ru's first meal. He had only released her blood, which had returned to her body after being modified by the blood diagram, the first step. She would have to inherit the blood of the blood tribe by drinking the blood of someone from the blood tribe to fully evolve into a vampire. Nidong had drunk the middle-aged man's blood after awakening from the ritual and became a vampire. The middle-aged man then became his senior, whom he could never betray. Nidong wanted to supply the blood that would make him her senior so she could never betray him. Unfortunately, he was kicked out of the family on the way back, and when he arrived at the North Country Club, someone had already rescued Lu Ru. Whose blood did she drink? Why did she become one of the blood tribe instead of a monster? Lu Ru launched her attack while Nidong was still confused. She was clearly unable to control her power adeptly yet, purely using brute force. Her might was so shocking that she tore a pillar of the building apart with a single swipe. In addition, her speed was incredible. Nidong had to rely on his shadow element to change his position rapidly to dodge her attacks, yet she still managed to catch up to him. The strength of a vampire depended on the rare blood they acquired and their senior. Vampires paid great attention to lineage. The stronger the senior, the stronger their juniors. However, this Lu Ru had only turned into a vampire a day ago, yet her strength and speed had already surpassed everyone in Nidong's generation. How was this possible? Lu Ru caught Nidong's coat and slammed him into the hard windows, which began to crack. Shit! Nidong climbed to his feet with a furious expression. He could not accept that the girl who was supposed to be his servant now had a stronger lineage. Most importantly, he had totally lost control over Lu Ru. Whose blood did she drink? Why was her aura slightly different from that of the blood tribe? Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.